Hey there, it's Rob from Carnivore coming to you with another update. By the way, happy Halloween! I do have some great news, a confession, and some bad news. I was hoping to have a little redemption at the end. It's not so much redemption as a bit of silver lining. But let's get into the video. You can see how well my fast went. It went amazing. And then you can see all the mistakes I did after that. Alright, well, let's get into the video. Alright, as always, let's get started with the weigh-in. 331.6 pounds, a BMI of 39.3, and a body fat percentage of 39.7. That gives us some amazing results from the fast. 2.6 pounds down, BMI down by 0.3, and body fat percentage down by 0.4%. That's what I'm telling you, we're down into the threes. No more 40s BMIs, no more 40% body fat. Unfortunately, it's not going to last. Let's take a look at what I ate today. To start off, I had some delicious keto tacos. The same stuff as earlier. I did have a little cod liver oil added to that. Supposedly it's very good. Doesn't even taste bad. You'd figure something like cod liver oil would be incredibly untasty, but no, it's actually completely palatable. So I just had a teaspoon of that, and then I actually made the tacos, once again using the keto crepe tortillas. I reheated some of that meat and put a little bit of sauerkraut on it. I did do the crepe tortillas a little better this time. Last time I just whisked them. It wasn't quite enough, so this time I blended them. Much better consistency, and they fried up much better. However, I figured, you know what? This is good. I'm nice. I'm full, eating well. I'll be good. I'll have the wherewithal to survive a party. And, for a while I did. I, of course, had some food there, but it wasn't anything particularly bad. I had a few snack sausages. Now, probably they weren't grass-fed, organic, all that good stuff, but it was still meat. It was still decent stuff. A little bit of grilled sausage also, some meatballs, 2 shrimp, and what else did I have? Ah, yes, some very tasty bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers. And from the looks of it, almost all that was carb-free. I'm sure the cocktail sauce for the shrimp had some carbs, and it kind of tasted like the meatball sauce had some carbs in it as well. But, overall, I'm like, I'm still doing decent. Probably bump up a little bit, but it won't be that bad. And, of course, to wrap the night off, since the host was a very good friend of mine, and we'd been promising each other to just go out and grab drinks for a while, I had a shot of vodka with her. Now, it was probably a double shot, but, still, a single drink, we down it, we're good. Give myself a little bit of time to let that through so that I'm not driving home on a fresh shot of vodka, although with my weight, it wasn't anything serious. Had a few more of those delicious poppers, and then the cravings hit, and oh my goodness, were they strong. I'm like, come on, willpower, willpower, willpower. Nah, no willpower. I had a few macaroons. Tasty, pretty light, but sugary, obviously. And then I also succumbed to some cheesecake. And I also had a few more of the poppers. I'm like, okay, well, it's a ruined day, but I knew it was going to be a cheat day. I assumed I'd be having some alcohol. That was not a surprise. I would have hoped I would have survived through the carb temptation, but I didn't. Cheater! And, well, all that happens is that you have to pay the price the next day. So, let's go to the next day. So, after all that, we go up to 333.8, 39.5 BMI, and a body fat percentage of 40. Darn. So, that means that my weight went up by 2.2 pounds, my BMI by 0.3, and my body fat by also 0.3%. Sadly, that pretty much undoes almost all of my gains from the fasting day yesterday, and it gets me back into that 40% body fat percentage. No! Well, that is the price of cheating. After all of that cheating yesterday, I actually wasn't particularly hungry for most of the day. In fact, I went over to my parents' place on Sunday for dinner. We had a little family gathering. Wasn't anything huge, just parents and siblings. And had some very delicious salmon. Quarter of an avocado, maybe. And I'm like, oh, this is good. I'm feeling kind of good. However, after I got home, those carb cravings kicked in like bad. Yeah, that's once again the problems of cheating. Not only do you go up, your carb cravings come back. So I started off, I grilled up a little bit of cheese, very delicious. And that still wasn't enough. Those cravings were still there. So I had to get some keto ice cream. Now, it's not exactly the healthiest, but it's much better than the terrible stuff that they put in actual ice cream. And honestly, if it wasn't for this, that's what I would have gotten. I was hoping that I might at least get little gains, but that's for the weigh-in. So let's see how I fared on Monday. 334.6 pounds, 39.7 BMI, and a body fat percentage of 40.3. That's honestly pretty disappointing. That means I went up by 0.8 pounds, BMI went up by 0.1, and body fat percentage went up by 0.3. We're already back to that terrible 40.3 number. Ugh, so disappointed. Now, that fat from the day before definitely did help me. I wasn't feeling pretty much any cravings throughout the day. Didn't eat anything during the day and didn't start cooking until after work. And this does look like the same picture of salmon from yesterday. However, that's just because I didn't have a picture of the salmon I ate with my parents, and that was a little bit of raw leftovers. So, that's what I made today. That's 1 pound of it. I ate all of it. It was delicious. A little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of ghee, and some lemon slices. Came out delicious. The thinner piece there required about 10 minutes in the oven. The thicker piece required about 14, and came out at the perfect doneness. Not too hard, not too soft. Kind of starting to get a little bit raw in the center, but it was just fine for me. And I had the joy of trying to eat that meal while also replying to trick-or-treaters, while also wearing my wig. So it'd be like, take off the wig, have a few bites, doorbell rings, put the wig back on, set down the fish, grab some candy, go out, give it to the trick-or-treaters, and all that. Speaking of candy, I had a huge bowl of carb temptation. All that high fructose corn syrup, whatever other crap they put into candy to make it addictive. Well, it was right in front of me. But like I said, that fatty meal from yesterday really put me into it. I didn't feel all that much temptation. Now, sure, there was like a little whiff of it, and it's like, oh, I could cheat, but why would I? I gained 2.5 pounds almost from cheating, so why would I cheat a second time? And that pulled me through. However, once all the trick-or-treaters finished, I was still a little bit hungry, so I went out to the store, got some more of that same cheese, and a little bit of prosciutto mozzarella wraps. Had about half of each. And that was my Monday. And let's see. Last day of the update, what does that give us for the Tuesday check-in? 333.4 pounds, 39.5 BMI, and down to 40% body fat on the dot. Finally, some good news. That's 1.2 pounds down. BMI down by 0.2 and body fat percentage down by 0.3. Basically, that just undid yesterday, leaving me at an even 40. It does mean that I'm below where I was at the end of the last update, but it is a little disappointing. I had hoped to actually finish down in the 30s. Oh well, that's for the next update. As for my food today, I had the rest of that taco meat filling. Didn't heat up any crepe tortillas though. I did have 3 eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and a little bit of Grazer's cheese to just make those eggs a little cheesier, just the way I like them. And of course, as always, all the spices that I toss on them. And as always, it came out delicious. I did finish up the other half of the cheese and prosciutto and mozzarella rolls. And then I was still feeling a little hungry about an hour or two afterwards, so I had a little bit of the keto yogurt with hemp hearts and chia seeds. And that was it. Had my usual assortment of supplements. Forgot to mention that I didn't take those on the days that I was gaining weight. Was taking it on the days that I was losing weight. Maybe there's a correlation. I wouldn't be surprised. But that is the end of this update. And that's where we stand. Lost a bunch of weight, gained almost all of it back, but at least I'm still down compared to last video, so I'm happy with that. Obviously it could be better, but that's alright. But that's it. I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Check me out on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey. And drop a like, subscribe, follow, comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if I got you into this at all. And hopefully you can help give me a little more motivation. Get me on the bandwagon and all that stuff. But that's it for today. See you next video. Bye now.